So today I am here as the co-founder of a blossoming startup and the mom of 3 little amazing children. I have a lot of freedoms in my life. I have a lot of luxuries in my life, and I'm very fortunate and grateful. But I can tell you that this has not always been my case, and this has not always been my story. And the road to where I am today has been a long, winding one. So, to this day, the best day of my life was the day that I finally got divorced. After years of living in a physically abusive marriage and years of believing that I would never find a way out, I did. In 2013, I had finally come to my breaking point, and I had a moment of realization, and I said, this is not my life. This is not the life that I want for myself, nor for my children. And I made the decision to leave the marriage and rebuild and redream. I'm not here to tell you any secrets. I can tell you that it's never an easy path, and there's not one simple secret, but I want to share with you some of the experiences that I've had, and hopefully you guys can take something away from that. So I learned early on that breaking outside of my comfort zone was a necessity in order to change anything about the way I was living. So I had a series, following my separation, I had a series of very difficult decisions to make. The first one was the decision to actually leave my marriage with 2 really small children. And that might seem easy because it was a bad marriage, but that's not at all the truth. It took a lot of guts to say, I'm gonna do this on my own, and I don't need anybody else to help me right now, not a spouse. It took a lot of courage after the separation and the divorce to channel all of that extra energy that I had from fight or flight into learning something new. I taught myself to code a web page. I was a personal trainer at the time. Couldn't be more different. It took courage to take that final leap after I had started the company with Dolmarie, to quit my job. I was already living paycheck to paycheck and financially burdened by 2 children, to do the startup full time. The support system and the people that I've surrounded myself with have been critical, and they will always be critical and largely the part of any success that I achieve. After my separation, my mom came to Puerto Rico for 6 months. And in the years following, my family members rotated so they could help me out, so I could continue working and taking care of the kids. I relied on my family and my children to keep me focused. In this time where I was going through this dramatic change, I began to make a business network for myself. I knew that I wanted to meet new people, and I wanted to get out of what I was doing and do something new. I just didn't know exactly what it was yet. And that was really critical, and it's still critical today, to keep a large business network. Through that network, I actually met Dolmarie, who had, in some ways, been living a parallel life. And I can't stress how important it is to have a co-founder that understands how difficult it is to build a business and be a single mom. That has been critical in our journey. Once I've repaired a lot of, my injuries from the first marriage, eventually I was able to find a life partner who really supported not only the children that I had from a previous marriage and stepped in as a father, but also my dreams as an individual. And to close that, the important parts of that are being able to ask for help and cut people out, which was really difficult. But that essentially, those core people were important to keep close to me, and everybody else kind of didn't matter. So freedom from judgment. This is a virtue that I hold close to me today and I live by all the time. I won't say the curse word because I see younger faces in the audience, but my partner calls me bereft of F. So this is my, this has been critical in my path because we are often burdened with the, the fears and anxiety of people thinking that we're stupid or people not liking our ideas, the judgment that we might endure. And so on the path to entrepreneurship, you really need to have like a shield against what people might think. And something that I've learned is that the more people that tell you it's a terrible idea, it can't be done, you're going to fail, probably the better idea it is. And so if I had never put anything out into the universe, I would have never met Dolmarie, and a lot of things would not have transpired. So I put into my network of friends that I wanted to start a business, and I started to come, closer on the details of what that business was, working with insurance, and a mutual friend introduced us. So it was just one person who didn't think I was absolutely insane and introduced the two of us. And together we've started Abartys Health. Had I never put myself out there, then my ideas would have stayed in a notebook. I would not have learned technology. I would not have learned development. Probably I wouldn't have started the company. Optimism is something that I think is critical regardless of your path in life. So very quickly after I started to go through the separation, I realized that I was not in control of any external factors outside of myself and my mindset. And so I needed to be able to change my mindset to stay positive and to continue to move forward. Some of my darkest days in my entire life were between the years of 2013 and 2015, and I had to stay positive regardless of what else was going on. And this translates really well to business because when you're raising money or you're selling to clients, you're told no, you're told it's not great, you're told, a million times over, you're going to hear the answer no. And staying optimistic and enthusiastic will get you through all of that. So this is my life in pictures today. You have my partner who you just met, Dolmarie. We spend a lot of time together and have supported each other in this journey. My kids in the middle. The baby, she's almost 4 months old, that I had with my new life partner, husband, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, and the team. So we are almost 20 people now in Puerto Rico. We're hiring stateside. I've come to have a very fulfilling personal life and business life. So I guess the takeaway here is that it is never a linear path. Maybe sometimes, but very seldom. Mine certainly was not. And that with, holding on to the virtues that you hold most important, you can achieve and change your life. You have the ability to redream and recreate. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today.